Hi guys, it's been a while since I have said that. As a lot of you have noticed, I have been off of YouTube for the past 4 months almost. There are a lot of reasons for that. There's gonna be a lot in this video. There are so many reasons why I had to leave YouTube for the past 4 months and just kind of remove myself. I really hate to start the reasons or the video on this topic. I was not going to ever talk about this on my social media ever again, but it has so much to do with these reasons. As you guys probably already know, in July of 2018 I was sexually assaulted, and then in a separate incident that started a few days later, I was trapped in a hotel room. I had no way to call for help at all. I had no way to get out. There were a group of men waiting outside my door, making it very clear what they intended to do to me as soon as I did open the door. That went on for 3 days. That whole incident happened. I never talked about it afterward. I had a lot of news, just people contacting me, wanting me to speak out about it or do interviews about it, and the video went viral. I had said what I wanted to say and that was it. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I got a lot of hate for that it was my fault. I deserve it because I wear a bikini in the past, and a lot of that and a lot worse. I knew that people were gonna have negative things to say, but I don't think you can be prepared for this level of hatred toward you, and to have it over something that happened to you, taking someone else's trauma. It wasn't just a few mean comments. Like, I'm used to that. I'm a YouTuber. I get that. No, this was very far beyond that. Multiple death threats, dozens and dozens of death threats, and I didn't feel safe. It just seeped into everything for so many months. I mean, I would release a new video because I really wanted to move on from that. New videos, old videos, it didn't matter. They just wanted me to see these hateful comments. Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on my email, and this is not like just 5 people. It's like, I mean, if I had to count all the messages and comments and everything, it's hundreds of thousands. It was very scary and just overwhelming in a completely awful way, and like, it was impossible to avoid is what I'm kind of trying to illustrate, because it was just everywhere. I went home to my family to be with my mom for like a month. I did go to see someone about it. I wanted to do this right. Like, I didn't want to like be traumatized. I wanted to move past it and do something. A therapist, they told me that I had PTSD, and we talked about it. My mom and some of my friends were asking like, oh, well, don't you want to take a break from YouTube? I thought about it, but I decided, no, I want to move on. And I have more videos to release that are really positive and happy. I did not take a break from YouTube, and maybe I should have. Maybe it was good to move on to the other videos. I don't really know. But what I do know is that for a long time I was not okay from just how traumatized I was, and it was really hard, and it took time. There's been many times where I start feeling so, it's just a terrible feeling when you have these reactions to things. Like, I'd hear voices outside the door, and I wasn't okay anymore, and it would just happen in a second, and I never knew like when it's gonna come up or when I'm gonna be reminded of something and just be in that place again. After this all happened, I did go to stay with my mom, and I told her about everything that had happened, and it was great to be there with her. But I think that after such a terrible thing in your life happens that continues to affect you for a long time, I think that you just want the support and understanding of the person that you are closest to. This person is always going to be there for you, and is on your side, and cares about you and loves you, and just is gonna be there for you. And that's what I wanted, and that's what I needed. And it just became clear to me that I was gonna, unfortunately, I wasn't going to have that. I wasn't going to get support. I realized that I was going to have to do this alone. So the person that I thought would be most supportive, that I just like couldn't wait to see, that person, I don't even want to say that that person was unsupportive, because it was so far beyond that and worse than that. What happened to me with the hotel, and before that the assault on the street, was traumatizing, but what happened after was devastating to me. I felt so alone. But you know, once I realized that, and realized that I wasn't going to get support, I almost felt a little bit better once I kind of came to terms with that, because I have gone through much worse in the past, and I've been through a lot in my life, and I always got out of it, and I always had to do that without help of people in my life. So I knew that I could do it, and I knew that I could find the strength in myself to do it. And at the same time, you know, I would just think, like, well, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to just have the strength to do it alone? Like, that's great if you are strong enough to do it alone, but also I had a a very close friend of mine. You're traveling full time, you're never in one place, and sure, you still have friends and family back home, but you are gone. So it's just not the same anymore, and you really need to have those friendships and relationships in your life where you can be with someone in person and like do nothing together or go on adventures together and share this amazing life with them, not just tell them about it. And that is amazing when you find it, but it is hard to find. But I did have a very close friend that I shared all of that with, and it was awesome and great. And unfortunately, as time went on, I just saw a lot of selfishness and manipulation. I'm a very understanding, like empathetic person, and I don't want to be in fights with people. So I would be very understanding and like, okay, let's just move past it and it's all right. But when those things keep happening again and again, it just, you know, gets to a point where you need to say for yourself, you know, that enough is enough. There was just negativity being brought out, and, you know, I did things too that were you know, negative. Like when I was around this person, I would feel negative. The people in my life that I had around me were negative. That's just like, if there has to be only one word, there has to be only one word for it, it would be negative. There were some just really very hurtful things that happened, and betrayals. Decided that I had to not have that friendship anymore, and it was really sad because it meant a lot to me. It was just so much to deal with, and I just felt, again, I felt very alone, and all of that contributed to another reason why I had to take a break, which is that I was very depressed. This was at the beginning of 2019, so like in the early months, or in the early first few months. I don't really want to go into describing how I felt. There's actually an entire month probably that I just forgot, blocked it out, I guess. Not that it was this terrible time, but I was depressed, and it's scary now to go back and watch the footage because I was filming. I'm always filming during that time, and just it's like, oh my gosh, what? I don't remember that. I don't remember that place. I don't remember doing that, and it's scary. I decided that what I was going to do was throw myself into my work, and that was going to help me get through this. And you know, I don't know if that was right or wrong, but that's what I decided to do. A few months later, going to Pakistan, and I filmed there for an entire month, went all over the country, putting myself back into what I love about what I do, which is meeting people, seeing amazing, just stunning places, and learning new things about new cultures. Got back to, you know, Livio and everything, and I didn't have time for any emotions. Again, threw myself into my work. I was editing every single day. It was a massive project to film, and it was a absolutely massive project to edit. These videos were taking around 50 to 70 hours each to edit. I had nothing else in my life anymore except for editing these videos. I loved it, but it absolutely took everything out of me and exhausted me. I am so proud of my Pakistan videos to just strive for higher quality in what I do that I'm so passionate about, and to succeed in that and release that to all of you guys was just so special to me. After that, I was left realizing, oh my gosh, I have just lived and slept and breathed YouTube and editing for months, and that's my life now. I literally don't have a life anymore outside of filming and editing. I started to realize that I probably need to take a break. So I released all of my Pakistan videos. They were done and I was so happy with that, and I could relax and, you know, start thinking about everything again. Without going into all of the details, Livio and I decided to break up. So we parted ways, and it was really sad. I mean, we had an amazing adventures together, and when I met him, I barely had 100 subscribers, and he knew, you know, my hopes and dreams and where I wanted to go with my life and all of this, and he saw all of that happen, and to have shared all of those milestones together, to have been to so many places together, and just shared this amazing time of my life with him was so special. So it was very sad for us to part ways, but it was for the best for both of us, and I still wish him all the best. So after all of this, I just realized that I needed time. I was really okay again, and so it wasn't that, you know, all of this was going on and that's when I took a break. It was when I was like depressed and everything. Like, that was in the past. I wanted to separate that very difficult year from my moving forward, and I just wanted there to be a gap in between. I just want to thank everyone for all of the support that you've given me. I know that I've shared good times and bad times that I've gone through on this channel, and I know that you have seen me, you know, want things and go for them and get there, and you have celebrated with me and been there for me, and even sent me pictures of cute cats when I was feeling sad, and it all just matters so much to me. And I, like, sometimes I just read messages from you guys about how you're inspired. It means the world to me. Sometimes I still can't believe it.
You've been with me all along, always on my side. You've never gone. You've been with me all along, and you've been holding on for so long. When others would be gone, you stayed with me all along. You've been with me when I laugh or cry. Anywhere I stood, you were standing by. With me when I'm fine, with me when I'm not, with me when I'm giving everything I got. With me all along, not a cameo. Every scene, every episode, in every video. Skip no scenario, there anywhere we go. You've been with me all along, always on my side. You've never gone. You've been with me all along, and you've been holding on for so long. When others would be gone, you stayed with me all along.
Oh, I hit 500,000 like 2 weeks ago while I was on my break, and just thank you guys so much. It's incredible. I found a journal that I wrote when I was first starting to travel, and I listed my dream as having 50,000 subscribers. All of this has just exceeded my wildest expectations, and I just feel really happy and excited for the future, and there's so many good things coming up for us. I'm gonna be releasing so many videos coming up. I have so many places going back all the way to February actually. So there's gonna be a ton of videos coming out for you guys, and I'm so excited about that, and a lot more that we have coming up. So I will see you in all of that very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again, sometimes my endings are so awkward. Just bye.